All righty. Sean Higgs coming at you here. SEC odds from FanDuel. We're looking at the SEC men's tournament bracket, Nashville, Tennessee. So I guess Tennessee's got a little home court going on here, but this is the SEC. Fans travel. Please take a moment to follow Mr. Sean Higgs. That is me on the Twitter world, X, whatever you want to call it. Always be Twitter to me, like they're the San Diego Chargers. It just is what it is. Hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to subscribe to the Sean Higgs channel, super. Please leave a comment. I say after all of my preview shows, again, I kind of just blanket. I'm not going in depth here on each team and players and rotations. Here's what the odds are. This is how they fared this year, and away we go. Midday Money, that is my daily show, 7 days a week at noon Eastern, Midday Money. I also run it back at midnight with Late Night Money. So be sure to check out both of the programs for more free picks because, just because we got a tournament here, maybe we find something to jump on. Maybe we won't. But in the day-to-day games, we'll have free picks. Faux show. Let's get at it. Tennessee Volunteers. Your favorites to win at plus 175. Now, they lost the finale to Kentucky. We had Kentucky there plus the points. Why wouldn't we? It's a big number, and you had Tennessee coming off a couple big games, right? You Auburn game, Bama, South Carolina, who I had South Carolina that game 5.5. Crazy. Should have got a cover in that one. Where's the replay? But that's sports betting, folks. That's sports betting. Yeah, the one seed locked up. All right. You beat Kentucky, 7 straight wins before the loss at Auburn. Bama, South Carolina beat Bama twice, beat Florida. This is a good team. Double bye to the quarters because we have the first rounders and then the second rounders. And then, hello, LSU or Mississippi State. Let's be honest, you should move on. Here comes Alabama or South Carolina, right? Arkansas and Vanderbilt, I think, will not advance this far. It's funny because Auburn, the 4 seed, who they could face if every team in order wins, it'll be a 4 seed, beat the 5 seed South Carolina. They had the second shortest odds here, which I find very interesting. Now, I rarely come out and say, let's take a faith, just because, listen, North Carolina over Duke, okay, that conference is pretty bad. Do I want to lay $2 with, say, Cal Irvine, who I did today? No, -$2 with them or Colgate. We try to find a little plus money. 175 here. I'm not. You want to take Tennessee at 175? I'm not going to say no. They're playing themselves right into a 1 seed, and honestly, whoever wins, I think out of here should probably be a 1 seed. I mean, maybe we might get some talk of, it's UConn. I believe Houston for sure. I think North Carolina will be the 3. And then where are we going with the 4? Is it Purdue? I think the SEC is very competitive up top with their top 5 or 6 seeds. Again, you're coming in with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row before that Kentucky loss. It's a hot team. You're home. 175. If you want to, I'm not going to say no. I had mentioned Auburn because they're the 4 seed, but yet the second shortest odds. And you got Tennessee, who you lost to, 92-84. You lost to Kentucky, 81-65. Florida you lost to. Lost to Alabama. You beat Alabama. And you beat South Carolina in convincing fashion. Again, at home, you beat South Carolina. And I've said in other videos about, losing on a road in conference play. It should be expected. But I look at this, and I'm like, how are they? I mean, okay, because they beat South Carolina. I don't know. And South Carolina gets here against Auburn. I'll probably look to take South Carolina because when you lose by 50, I'm thinking you might want to show up the next game and kind of battle a team. No, I do not like this at 240. I think Auburn's a good little squad. Plus 240, I'm going to have to pass. Now, here come my guys here. I do have, and I mentioned it in the Midday Money Show, I got a little 20-1 future here on Kentucky to win the whole kit and caboodle national championship. Won 5 in a row. Nice little win on the road versus Tennessee, whether it as a kind of a flat spot or however you want to word it for Tennessee. I mean, I don't think Tennessee's looking to flat out lose that game, but covering 8.5, 9 points is a big number. Maybe even if Kentucky would have lost by 3 there, I still would have probably been on them in this spot. You split versus Tennessee, you beat Bama, lost to Florida in OT, out of conference, beat North Carolina. You lost to Gonzaga here, which kind of turned the Gonzaga season around. And they look pretty darn good, Gonzaga themselves. And you lost to Kansas. Again, people might be down on Kansas. It's still Kansas, very good team, and they're playing good when they face each other. For me, at 4-1 odds here, you want to take Kentucky? I'm in. This would be my favorite of the bunch here, I think. Again, haven't bet this conference. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. Alabama's a 3 seed. You know, they could score. Drop 3 to 5, though. Where's the defense at this club? That is the worrisome part with Alabama. I can't take them. Team totals and over in a tournament, sure. But these guys will be facing probably Florida, and honestly, I'll probably be on Florida to knock them off in that quarterfinals round. And here comes Florida, 16-1. You want to grab a shot on these guys? I get it. People hate Kentucky. It's like Duke. You just hate a team so bad you can't bet them. Let's go to the Gators here. You want to take a 16-1? I will not say no to that. But just lost to Vandy. Terrible. I can forgive her the loss to South Carolina and OT at Bama. The Vandy loss is kind of what's going on here. A 3-3 stretch is not good coming in, but maybe that helps our odds here. You're going to get Georgia or Missouri. Should be a cakewalk. 2 bad teams. Missouri. Did Missouri even win a game in the SEC this year? Terrible, Missouri. What happened? Missouri 0-18. Holy yikes. But yeah, I'll be looking for Florida versus Alabama in the quarters. And if you want to take a 16-1 flyer here, I don't hate it. Again, you have Kentucky up next, who I also like, but again, people like to just not bet teams who they hate. And SEC country, I'm sure there's teams you just absolutely despise. Carolina in the 5 seed. The disrespect for this crew. 25-6 season. Won at Tennessee. You beat Florida, you beat Kentucky. Now you took it on the chin, big blowout losses to Auburn and Alabama. But where's the respect for this team? I don't care they lost by 50. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking South Carolina when they play Auburn in the quarters. It'll be a doggy day. We will have Florida versus Alabama, and we will have South Carolina versus Auburn. 50-1, a team that is 25-6 and 13-5 in the conference. And your losses, you lost a close one in Tennessee at home. The LSU loss, that's kind of bad. You just got blown out by 50. You should have took care of LSU at home. 5-point loss to Georgia. Again, just two bad for all their good wins. Those are 2 terrible losses. OT win at Missouri after losing at Alabama by 30 or 27, whatever it is. So that is the question mark where, again, losing on the road, it is what it is. It's not just them. It's not just them. I've said this before. Tennessee, 19-7 or 24-7 on the year, 9-5 on the road. 5 of their losses on the road. Carolina, 6 losses, half of them on the road. 3. Auburn, 7 losses, 6 of them on the road. It is what it is. Alabama, 10 losses, 8 of them on the road. Florida, 10 losses, 7 on the road. Teams lose on the road. I'm not going to dive through every team and go through them, but the losses at home for them are the wacky ones there for South Carolina. Georgia and LSU. But again, that being said, I'm going to be getting points here, 50-1. I don't think how you don't throw a couple bucks on a team. That's beating the teams that it has to beat. It's beating good teams. and they're going to be probably a dog in most of these games because people have yet to believe in them. 50 to 1. Again, if you want to put a couple bucks at a 50 to 1 spot, I don't hate it. Again, the teams I like, Florida, Kentucky, are on the other side of the bracket. Texas A&M. You beat the Gators, roll the Kentucky all at home. You could win some games, folks. Right? I mean, these are three pretty good teams. We've just talked about all three of them. I mean, I won't be shocked if one of these teams is in the Final Four. They split versus Ole Miss, who they play here in the first round. The next game will be against Tennessee. I don't know if I could get behind the 50 to 1 with A&M. They had kind of fallen off the track coming down the end here. They had lost 5 in a row. You beat Georgia. You should beat Georgia. 6-point win versus Mississippi State again, who's sort of a little bottom type feeder team here in the Southeast, right? How did they finish up here, Mississippi State? I'm going to pull it up real fast as I chat it out with you. I mean, under 500. And then a win on the road versus Ole Miss. Not terrible beating Ole Miss, but again, 7-11. Don't be fooled. The teams that go 20-11 and 19-10 and something, you get a lot of cushiony wins in that cupcake non-conference schedule. But when it came down to time to play versus teams, loser Tennessee, lost at home to Arkansas, lost at Alabama, you lost at Vanderbilt. I mean, that just looks completely like a lost season. So no thank you, 50 to 1s. Mississippi State 50 to 1 coming in high. Losers of 4 straight. You won at LSU. That was their last win, 87-67. And they face them in a round 2 possible matchup here. That's who they have. This is their opening 8-9 game. They beat both Tennessee and Auburn at home. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. How do you lose to bad teams? But the home court and playing travel, it is real. But I will be looking for them here over LSU. No thank you to LSU. And here's LSU. They are the 8th seed. And just look at the odds difference here. 250 compared to the 50 for Mississippi State. And honestly, they've played a little better down the stretch. This is the crazy part about LSU. As bad as they've been, they've won some games here. You beat Kentucky, the Georgia win, Vanderbilt, Missouri. You think you're going to, and that was, first of all, they won at South Carolina, followed that up with a win at Kentucky, and they lost to Florida by 2 and ran with Alabama to a 109-892 game. So as much as it's a bad season, they are kind of tough. Again, I do kind of lean towards Mississippi State over these guys, but you see the number says it all. I mean, what a difference. 50 for the 9 and a 250 for the 8. And then I didn't even worry about the rest of the crew. We're not even worried about the rest of the bottom of this bracket here. I mean, Ole Miss, Georgia, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Missouri. It's nothing to do there. No thank you. No thank you. So we want to take big deep shot. Long bomb down the field. South Carolina 50 to 1. You want to play a little bit like, I'm going to stay out of the up top bracket. Tennessee, they're home. They should roll all the way. How about a little Florida or Kentucky coming out of the bottom here at 4 to 1 and 16 to 1 respectively? That's it. Those are my thoughts. Again, I haven't pulled the trigger on these yet. It is a Monday, so I still got time to get down on these puppies, but that's what I'm looking at. And again, feel free, leave a comment, or if you want to come into the live show, Late Night Money at midnight, Midday Money, 12 noon Eastern, all live, 7 days a week. You can find it. It's on Pandora, Spotify. You can listen to past episodes. They're all over the place. I appreciate you popping in, spending 15 minutes. Long show here for the SEC because it's a big conference and a lot of good teams. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck.